So I started part of this story a while ago. I wanted to try to finish it. So at the beginning of 2025, I was applying for jobs and I got an interview at a Arby's. And I think supposedly I went to the wrong Arby's. I guess I applied to a different one. But the manager was nice at first. He was like, yeah, we're always looking for people. He actually, even though I'm kind of awkward and I was kind of not taking care of myself like I should have been, they actually hired me and helped me out. It's pretty hyped. It's my first restaurant job I ever held. I didn't mind it, actually. It wasn't terrible. Half the people, though, kind of got terrible, and it got worse as it went on, and just weird behavior. And then, to be honest, I am desperately searching for a girl in my life. I want a girlfriend really bad. So anytime there's a pretty girl and I feel comfortable with them, it's always a thought in the back of my head, even though I don't got no game and I'm shy and I'm retarded and I'm in this life situation, and I know what I am and who I am. So I don't really try that often, but it felt mostly alright with her, but I could never fully make it good enough so I can have full conversations with her. There was always a barrier up. For one, her brother is gay, and half of the gay community, at least part of the gay community, has been involved in this situation that I'm in. My girlfriend was cheating with girls, and they had her. They could possibly be the group that drugged me. They had her doing some weird stuff. They put stuff in my food at least twice. There was a girl sleeping in my house that put stuff in her spaghetti when I started being drugged. It's hard to even talk about what it is, but they put stuff in my spaghetti, and then when I got brought back to Oregon on a fake warrant that should have been impossible, a girl with short hair brought me back, and she bought me McDonald's, but she put stuff in my food, and I called them out for it, which it would be on video if they have video of them bringing me back to Oregon, of her saying what she put in my food and me calling her out for it. And then they put in one bite of my food, and then sure, you can figure it out. It's fucked up, bro. I don't know what the hell, but the same group was in my house, and they put stuff in our spaghetti, and then right when I started being drugs, it was probably drugs in there too. And she had a girl she admitted to secretly sleeping in our house without my knowledge. I'm kind of losing track here, though. Alrighty, forget all that nonsense. That's a whole story. That's a messed up story. But so there was already probably some blocks in there. Even though he mostly seemed nice, we didn't really have any issues. Personally, he started saying some random shit sometimes. Fucking devil whispering me is what I call it. Saying some stuff that made me kind of feel uncomfortable, but then he wasn't really rude. Anyways, I kept working there. Rosa was still nice. We never had any bad things. There was a couple times when my paycheck didn't show up on time, so that kind of, I wasn't rude or anything, but that kind of having to address that and feeling like you've been wronged a little bit, but they got it fixed as far as I know. And then a couple other things happened. I think it was because I showed up at the wrong Arby's is why that happened, but they figured it out eventually. And then, so again, everything was mostly alright. I have anxiety. You can clearly see if you look at me and examine this video. You can see that I'm an oddball. I would say that I'm on the spectrum and probably have autism, but I have a lot of trauma too. It might be mostly trauma because I've had some serious, devastating trauma that no person should go through. I'm trying to tell you this story here. Alrighty, so eventually, at some point in time, this girl that supposedly is from New York started calling me. And it was normal. At first, she was super cute when we talked on the phone. She was super innocent. I would say she's probably on the spectrum too. Super innocent, super adorable. I really liked that about her. It's really hard to find someone that's innocent and not immediately coming at you from a weird angle. I don't know why it happens to me. I think it had something to do with my hometown and all the people that's been weird to me, and maybe my family, and just wanted to put me down. So just happened, and then it spread everywhere, and then more and more groups got involved, and then it just got worse and worse by a bunch of weirdos being weird to people, people abusing children and stuff. And I was fighting to protect my brother from child abuse, and I got wronged by the police and other people cheating with my girlfriend and wanting to seem like the good guy, so they would come up with made up reasons to come at me from weird angles. Anyways, so I'm getting off track. There's a person coming out standing next to my car. So this is way too long of a story here, and I'm getting sidetracked by stuff. But started talking to this girl. So I started talking to this girl online. I'm trapped in Oregon. Like I said, I desperately want a wife. I want a girl to love until the day I die, bro. I want kids. I want a family. I want to build something in this life. I don't want nothing, bro. I want to experience all that this life has to offer, even though it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to do that. But like, I want those experiences. I don't want to die and be like, I've never had a child, I never had to raise somebody. I think I can raise somebody good, even though I'm kind of an oddball. That's perfectly fine. I am capable of taking care of myself in normal situations. Everyone needs help when they're surrounded by gang members and teamed up and ganged on. But so started talking to this girl on the internet, and we were getting along, and she kind of got me out of a little bit of depression, probably had me talking better and doing better. And then one day I asked, stupidly, the main manager at there, I was just asked if technically a date. I would assume she would see it as a date. I was like, do you want to go snowboarding with me? And then to make it less like something that it would come off kind of like in case she didn't want to do it, or like she felt weird like doing it alone, I was like, you can invite your brother, like we can all go together if you want to. I was just being nice, friendly, and also making it like less weird. And she was like, yeah, I'll go. So I see that as like agreeing to go on a date with me. I'm guessing that's what it would be, but I'm not really sure. Again, I'm not a player. I've never even gone out on with a person like that when I've asked them in person. I've only met 2 girls on the internet, and they kind of pushed the situation, and I'm pretty sure they were both setups, including my ex-girlfriend that got me in this situation, and my recent girlfriend. They were both from dating apps. They both messaged me first. They both, I'm pretty sure, were some sort of weird gang thing, that are weird connections that somehow people got me into when I shouldn't have been into it, because they weren't even my girlfriends. They weren't meant to stay forever. They weren't meant to actually care about me or love me or be here for me. They weren't a normal person. They're shady people that are involved in bad stuff and weird situations. But this new girl was another one, alright? This girl that I started talking to, even though she helped me, I'm pretty sure she was a twin. And the other twin was bad, I'm pretty sure. Or she had a sister that looked just like her. And then they did this weird mindfuck where they would switch out. And then, like I said, her mom is a lesbian. So again, that community is connected to it. Not long, I started noticing signs that she was being mean, being weird to me, giving me just weird things, signs that she was not on my side. I kept talking to her, and then she sent me like a Snapchat video, I'm pretty sure, of her fucking somebody else, but she didn't show them. It was just like her bouncing on top of them. And then that's fucking with my brain, and my dumb self kept talking to her. But again, I was talking to that girl, so then while I was talking to this girl, I asked Rose out because I was doing better, and I'm trapped in Oregon, so that girl's not even an option. No matter how much I want, I don't know how long I'm going to be. I have health issues also, and I need someone to help me get help. I need someone to be here for me. I need a real legit human being that cares about other human beings as a girlfriend, and would be willing to help me and be a witness, and maybe has a good family, so when I go to the hospital I can get proper help. And I can't leave Oregon, so I agree that if, let's say, if I wasn't trapped in Oregon, then I shouldn't have been talking to her. I should have told her we can't talk no more and then asked Rose out on a date. The thing is, I'm pretty sure she was already being weird to me, or I don't know exactly when the timelines. Maybe she started after that. I'm not sure, but she even like called me on her birthday and spent most of the day on the phone with me. So like I thought like maybe she really did want to talk to me and really did needed me. So I kept talking to her, but then she kept doing those things like I was saying, and she 100% did it. 100%, I have proof. And she just kept being weird, and I just kept talking to her because I needed somebody and I really liked her. But eventually, not long after asking Rosa on the date, I backed out of it. For one, I wasn't making enough money to even figure it out. For two, I couldn't make it feel every time I tried to address Rosa and talk to her like a friend or somebody on my level, I could not talk to her. No matter how hard I tried, I could not make it comfortable. So I was like, all right, I can't do this. I'm going to back out. So I told her, I told her that though. I looked at her, I was like, I'm going to hold off on the snowboarding thing. I apologize. I'm just holding it off for now. I'm sorry. And that's all I really said to her. And then, so whoever this girl is, whoever she's talking to, she either already was or started talking to people at my job. People at my job started bullying me along with her, doing all those weird things to me. Rosa maybe got mad at the situation, but I'm pretty sure she was already sleeping with and doing stuff with a 17-year-old there. I don't have any proof to this. This is just going off my intuition and what was happening. I may be wrong, maybe. But there was just certain things that made me feel like she already had something with them. Like I said, there's blocks in because of her brother and stuff. And then all these freaking gay people that are also involved in being weird to me. And then this is 11 minutes. This is a long ass thing. So managers are being weird. They started doing the stupid thing where they like forcibly just being bullies, trying to freaking walk, just being bullies. And then one day I was talking to like one of the only kids I feel comfortable around. He was 17. He's Mexican. And then Rosa, because I'm talking to him and feeling like I felt normal, he's the only person that never devil whispered me in any way or like did anything strange that would connect them back to the groups of people that are being weird to me. So then Rosa walks up to me and in this like aggressive, rude way. She's the main manager at the store. She was like, you want a curly fry? And then she walked. I can't mimic it. I don't know how you do this as a human being. I don't have this behavior. I don't have this skill. She walked up to me evilly, rudely. I don't fucking know. Just like mean, mad, being salty, and asked if I want a curly fry, alright? She was 100% talking about a Browns person wiener, alright? She was devil whispering, that's what she was saying. And then she just walked away. This wasn't a conversation. I kind of shut down. I didn't respond to it. Her demeanor, the way she said it, that's all she said. She didn't have any intention of saying anything else. Because I was talking to this kid instead of talking to her and like whatever, she asked me if I want a curly fry or something. And I posted about it. I was like, what the fuck is this shit doing this shit for? And then it just kept getting worse. Fucking a new Mexican guy showed up. He's fucking being a weirdo. Because of my situation, I can't apply for a shift lead, so I'm kind of in a weak spot. And then everyone's just being a dick all the time. And then this older guy was also creeping on me. He's always being a dick and just being aggressive for no fucking reason. Then he got the shift lead position, and then he's just being a dick. And I just feel completely creeped on. And then he goes off the thing what Rosa was saying, the fact that I posted it on Facebook, they're all talking. He's like, and then he made me say something weird. He's like, so you want a crinkle fry, huh? Because they're like a white fry. And just, no, Daryl, I don't want to fry. I was like, no, I don't want any fucking fries, Daryl. I want a princess. Like, I shut it down and immediately said, that's 100% what I'm not retarded, completely retarded. This is 100% what they were doing and what they were meant. They were creeping on me. Like, I got sexually harassed on the job site working at Arby's in the Hillsboro area, around Hillsboro. It was 100% what they were doing. Inappropriate, sexually harassed, violated, uncomfortable. And I said that in front of Rosa also. She heard me saying that. which I already felt like she was sleeping with that 17-year-old and stuff, and other things just made me feel I couldn't figure it out. But again, and she said that curly fry thing to me, and that's which made Daryl say the crinkle fry thing and be creeping on me. He was already being aggressive, which makes it worse. So he's being aggressive all the time, and then he's creeped on me like that. So now it's like some weird like full sexual harassment thing where he's playing like a power game to where like he's creeped on me and then he's being aggressive with me after that, which is like some weird, I don't even know how to explain it right now, I can't think, but that's just inappropriate and is in hell no. To have him ever be aggressive with me after he did the crinkle fry thing just feels completely wrong and like some sort of weird abuse of something. But I didn't fucking like it. And then I would tell the managers that, and I even had to go to the fucking thing and I made a report, which I don't know, I think I freaking got busy and I spaced off on following up with stuff when I reported it, sadly. So I don't know, I think I spaced it off. I think I checked it one time and then I forgot after that. Alrighty, so, and then this new guy came and this new girl came and they're all talking about like gangs and stuff, how the girl's connected to gangs and how this Mexican guy's connected to gangs, and he's all freaking just being a weirdo. And all these people are just making the job an absolute nightmare. So I would try to, so I end up saying I quit, which I did not quit. Alright, my shift was over and I was at the thing. We have a manager purposely taking his lunch when I'm supposed to leave. We have another manager, two shift leads. We have the other manager supposed to be working, but she's in the lobby having a conversation with the guy on his lunch break. I don't want to be there. These people are stupid, sexually harass me, being full weirdos to me, alright? I don't want to be there. I just need a job so I don't die in a ditch. I say, can you do my till so I can count it and leave? She's like, she's like, no, you have to stay and cover our lunch. I was like, no, I'm leaving. And she tries to be like, he's like, no, you're not. And I was like, I'm leaving, my shift is over. And she was like, there was plenty of people, there's her, 2 or 3 other people there. And then anyways, she was like, we can legally keep you here for 30 minutes after your shift, which no, they can't do that. I researched it and I was like, no, I'm leaving. And then the Mexican guy that was already being kind of talking about gangs, saying he can have his friend beat up people and stuff, and I called him out for it. I was like, that's some wimp stuff. And then which I've been respectful to him. I even gave him a foil Pokemon card that I got at Winco nearby to give to his kid. I don't know why he was being weird to me. Anyways, I took that as some sort of weird threat because he's shorter than me and just, I don't know, but. And then Mexican guy was like, go ahead and leave. Just clock out and leave. You're fired. We're writing you up. We're telling Rosa you're fired because I'm leaving when my shift is over. And I wanted the manager, the one that's supposed to be working, back and cover my till so I can leave. And then, so I clocked out and left. And then the next day I showed up to actually talk to the main manager, which is Rosa, which she's already been weird to me. There's already things going on there, so it's all understandable, but I need a job. It's them doing it, bro. I wasn't doing anything. I'm just doing my job. But I honestly, she's a beautiful girl. Like, she would have been a cool person to form a bond with, but because of all these things, middle of it, I don't know what she's got involved with already. I just couldn't do it, bro. I couldn't figure it out, sadly. I'm trying, bro. I'm in my own situation. I don't like that type of job. I can do it, but I don't like, I don't mind it, but that's not what I want to be doing. My job, which is DoorDash and like roadie and stuff. I want to work towards doing truck driving, UPS, FedEx, and Amazon, like that type of, that's the thing that I actually like doing. I don't know what else is in my future, but that's what I like to do. I showed up, I'm so off fucking track. I showed up and she was like, well, you technically quit because you left. I was like, they told me to leave. I just listened to them. She's like, well, you technically quit. So what can I do? I can't do anything. So I was like, all right, I quit, I guess. Even though I've struggled to get a job. That happened on the 4th month. So I worked there for 4 months. And again, I didn't quit. They didn't fire me. They just set me up in a dumbass situation. It's all on camera. I reported it. I told them it was on camera. They should have done a research and investigation, and they would have seen it was on camera. And it all happened. Two shift leads out in the lobby doing nothing. My time is up. Them telling me to stay here. They're legally allowed to keep me for 30 minutes when they're not. Making up lies, trying to be weird to me. Again, if these people, and then another man shift lead was, and then they're all just throwing hints out that they're involved with the girl that I'm talking to in New York, and just being weirdos about it, and just making things super uncomfortable and just not making me like it. I don't know, bro. I don't have any family. I don't have any friends. She was my only friend, and at first she was so innocent, but I don't know what I got myself into. I'm 90% sure it's connected back to her mom, which is a gay girl, and then that community messing with me. They also did some sort of weird sexual harassment to me by putting stuff in my food, which is illegal and considered like poison and something assault. You can't put something in someone's food against their will and knowledge. It's just not, it's not right. And then especially the girl that was working for the police. And then also when I'm in my own home making dinner, and then I leave for a second to get a soda or something, and then come back, and the girl came back out of the room and put stuff in our food, and then I started being jugged for days straight. That's the story on the Arby's job. I'm sure I'm missing stuff, and I doubtfully you'll watch all of this, but that's the story, bro. That's the post for today.